y'all. I'm gonna get the intro right this time. Yo,
Yeah, what's up, man?
welcome back to the Mark Our Words podcast. What's good with you, Chen?
Not much.
This is your episode, man. I am completely lost. I don't know what we gonna talk about. You wanted to share with me what happened to you this past weekend. I think I have a small idea, but I don't really know what happened to you this weekend. Tell me what's going on with you, man.
Yeah, man. I kind of wanted to start this podcast off with some thoughts that I had yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The truth is, I'm corny, man. I'm glad you let that breathe a little bit. I'm corny. So I've always been a weirdo. I'm a proud member of the weirdo crew. I stand for the weirdos. But I realized yesterday that I'm corny, and not in a good way. And there's a lot of things I had to address with myself. So let's start this off with a little story time.
Story time with Chen.
So Friday was my high school reunion.
You gotta tell the people what school you went to, man.
No, I don't. Friday was my high school reunion.
It's a major high school in the city.
I don't gotta tell them nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, Friday was my high school reunion, and I went. I went to show face, and when I got there, it was about only 20, 25 of us there, and initially I felt bamboozled. However, I still was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was $100. My ticket was $100. The tickets were $75, but I paid last year to go last year because my high school reunion was supposed to happen last year, but pandemic, lockdown.
Okay.
People were still scared. Now that the vaccines are out, people are a little bit more willing to show up on.
Okay.
Anyways, so I show up, I felt bamboozled because I was like, damn, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot more people. I got wasted, and it kind of ruined my whole Saturday. I was hurt. I'd never been this hurt ever in my life. I don't know if it was age, maybe it was the amount I was drinking. I don't know. I'd never been this hurt.
But you still had to walk the dog.
I did. But thank you for Boaz for waking me up, because I don't think I would have left my bed if it wasn't for you. But what I realized is that I think for the longest time I feared this, and I probably knew this about myself, but I'm corny to the point where I had to admit to myself that I really wanted to go to this high school reunion. And why did I want to go? It's the real question, right? I didn't really know these people like that. None of us really kept in touch. So what was the purpose of going to this high school reunion?
You tell me, man.
And in some way, I wanted to not flex, but kind of being like, yo, I made it. Like, I'm not a loser. And I was like, but why do you want to do that? And even with like certain things, like, so I always pride myself of not being on social media and not being. Should we wait till this?
No, you keep going.
Not being on social media, and not being what everybody wants to do, and just being like the guy that's doing his own thing. But there's a small part of me that's like, I wanted to be part of the cool crew. I wanted to be part of the popular kids, the people that want to be famous. Or there's a small part of me like that, and I was like, why is this? Is it? I don't know. But yesterday I had to address that, and there's certain things that I'm cutting off today. But no, it was an interesting insight. Something that I think I've been afraid to admit to myself for the longest, but it was there. And then also, I think when I asked you, did you go to your high school reunion? And you was like, no, why would I go? Like, I was like,
and I laughed at you.
I think, it was one of those things like, wow, people really don't go to these things. Like people, and it was and so the reason why I asked you, I asked somebody else, and everybody said they didn't go. Only I didn't get the memo that this is not something that
Yeah.
But the reason why I asked, I was like, why do I had? Because even though my mother suggested, I could have said no.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go, and even I was blaming my mother for me going, But I had to sit down like, you low key wanted to go. Because your mother tells you to do a bunch of other things. You have no problem saying, nah, I'm not doing that.
Rebellious son.
Yeah. Shout out to all my disobedient kids out there. Keep disobeying your parents. I think that is the crust of the conversation. That Chinne Doom is actually corny. And one last thing. I realized, okay, if you're willing to go to a high school reunion where you don't really know these people like that to, I guess, prove yourself, what else are you willing to do? And it was also like, why are you willing to be corny for these type of situations?
Mm-hmm.
But are you corny enough to like praise God in a Zoom meeting with your boss?
I think that breaks religious guidelines for the company.
But it's like you're too cool to do certain things, but you're corny enough to do these weird things. Corny enough to do things that are not even like, I don't do parties, I don't do clubs.
Yeah.
I don't really go out and drink and get drunk. Like, that's not my thing. But you did that. And at the end of the day, you are what you do. So it's like, why are you willing to do these certain things, but things that you actually want to do, or things that you say that you are, whether it's a Christian, whether it's a teacher, whether it's whatever, you're not really doing those things on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, but you're doing these weirdo things. Why? So it was just an interesting sit down with myself that I had yesterday while recovering in my bed.
You fully recovered today?
No, my neck hurts. I don't understand. I never had a hangover before. Even when I was in Mexico, I never had one of these. It's scary. I understand. I don't know how people go through these days. Like, my neck hurts, my shoulder hurts. Like, I couldn't eat all day yesterday. That's why I lost weight. I'm serious. I don't feel good.
So if
sorry, he's lost because I this is the first time he's hearing this. He's hearing this with y'all in real time.
Only thing you told me that you went to your high school reunion. That's the only thing you told me.
Yeah.
And in the midst of you telling me that you went there, I gave you other options that you could have went to that was more.
Oh yeah.
I was like you missed the boat like 3 chances, but I'm interested. What is, before I give my take on your analysis? You said you decided to cut some things off yesterday.
Yeah.
Like is it something drastic, or is it something just something just?
So like,
or is it like a check and balances, like just in case like I feel this way again?
No. I it's not that I feel this way again. It's that I am this. Like, it's not feeling. It's like, this is a fact.
Oh, this is who I am.
I'm a corny guy.
Okay. But what my analysis is, I never viewed you as the coolest guy.
Yeah.
You know
but that's my take. Like, I thrive in not being the cool guy.
But you never view yourself as the corny guy.
But there's different types of corny, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather be corny.
Hold on. Let me get this out, and maybe this will answer my question. Is it only a bad night or a bad feeling or whatever you felt because only 20 people showed up? What if everybody showed up, right? Would that, would you feel the same, or would you be like, that was a good night? But are you basing it just off results?
It has nothing to do with results. Any of that.
Okay.
The fact that I had expectations and didn't meet my expectations is neither here or there.
Okay.
It's the fact that I went to this party and got drunk. That's corny. I'd rather it have been corny if I went to this party.
You paid for it.
I turn up, but you don't gotta get drunk. No, I'm trying to have a serious conversation. But no, you don't like. I could have been corny in other ways, and so going back to what I was gonna say initially, there's different types of corny.
Okay.
Like you could be corny, but true to yourself.
Okay.
And that's why that's the whole topic. It's like never be corny and not be true to yourself. It's like I'd rather be the kid that's wearing polka dot shirts and high waters.
So for this one instant, you was out of pocket. You wasn't really being.
But I see it in other areas, right?
Oh, okay.
Whether it's like like there was a video I watched. I think maybe it was earlier today or later yesterday, where this guy he said that he wasted his 20s. And for most of his 20s, he was trying to fit this idea of success.
Yeah.
Where he bought a house, he bought the fancy car, he was working over hours, and he was doing all these things to fit ideas of himself, or he wanted to portray ideas of himself to other people. Mm-hmm. But he slowly started to realize he could never really, you can't push an idea onto somebody. You could try to manipulate them into thinking that's who you are.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, their opinion of you is what they want their opinion to be of you. So if you think, okay, I'm gonna be successful, I'm gonna ride this. If they think you're corny, it doesn't matter if you have the car or you don't have the car.
Yeah,
they're gonna think you're corny. It doesn't matter. And so it's like this care for other people. Like even with IG. And damn, this is getting really introspective. Huh? This is kind of weird for me. But even with IG, I had to sit down. I was like, do you really get off of IG because you was wasting time and you didn't, like, that whole like, oh, I got off of social media because I didn't want to be part of the blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with yourself. You didn't post pictures because you didn't want people to dictate who you are or throw their opinions on you, right? You was too afraid to post pictures.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And so it's like you wasn't really on IG, not because you didn't want to waste your time, this and the third.
Yeah.
You wasn't on IG, or even when you was on IG, you wasn't posting pictures because you didn't want to not, people not to like your pictures or whatever. If I'm being honest with myself. Mm-hmm. And so just having that, and it's crazy that it happened all in one day, but but just having this conversation with myself, I started to really look into certain parts of my life where I'm like, why am I spending so much time on Twitter? Why am I spending so much time on YouTube? Mm-hmm. Like I'm watching these self-help videos thinking that I'm better than the person that's watching reality TV.
Oh, I almost do the same thing you do, but I don't take it that far. I do it because I like it. And
they do it because they like it.
Yeah.
But we both doing the same thing, wasting our time.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing anything more with these self-help videos. Like they telling me, oh, don't eat sugar for 30 days. Look what happens. I'm still eating sugar. Like I'm not doing not eating sugar for 30 days. Yes, I get knowledge, but at some point there comes a point where you need to implement that knowledge.
Yeah.
And so it was just a really interesting.
So corny. That's why I say I don't want to challenge you on corny, but corny is such a subjective word. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So what's another more objective word that we can use besides corny? Because you are saying what I was doing, or what was my intent behind what I was doing, rather, was corny. Yeah. But there's another word for it that we have to describe it. Was it praise seeking, or were you like I don't know, like follower? Like
this. There's certain things that I realize I don't do because of people's opinions.
Oh, but it's not so much that you truly don't want to do it.
Like I was at the party not dancing. Where if I'm at a club by myself, I'll dance.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever partied together, but I could dance on the dance floor.
I only party with you, so.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm a dancer.
But that's
But I'm in this party with only 20 people around. But because they knew me at a certain point in life, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be that.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna be that corny dude. But my corny self, regardless that I didn't want to be that corny dude due to these people's opinions, my corny self said I'm gonna make the best of it, and I got drunk. It's like people who say I'm gonna do some self love or I'm gonna do some self care, and instead of getting away from the phone, all they say I'm gonna take some day off. I'm gonna take a day off.
Yeah.
To do some self love instead of getting away from the phone and maybe clean up and make sure like doing things that actually help them out for either right now or their future self. They stay on IG all day or they do online shopping and just spend $200, $300, $400 on a pair of shoes like
maybe a little higher. Yeah.
And so it's like,
but that's the thing. I think that what makes it different because I'm totally the opposite. There's a lot of things that I don't do because I just sincerely don't care about.
Yeah.
So like posting pictures, I don't like pictures. So I just won't post it. Now I'm not taking it to the point where I feel like I'm better than someone. I can feel that way, and most of the time I probably do feel that way without Instagram. You get what I'm saying? Especially if I know you and like I kind of know your backstory. Like dog, I know you. You know what I mean? But that's a very introspective way to view things. Like, but the thing that I probably can attest, which I haven't heard you say, I care about how I'm viewed though. Like, I want to be viewed as the cool guy because but I'm cool. You know, not saying you're not.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm being honest.
I'll just say it, but. And it sounds crazy you can't call yourself cool because that's in a way that's corny. You know what I mean? Yeah. But have anybody ever called you corny? Like
no.
So that's why I think you're judging yourself as the cool guy. Like that's corny because like if you would have seen somebody else do that, dude, you kind of get what I'm saying?
I ain't finished my analogy. So it's like guy that wears the polka dot shirt, with the crazy hat.
Yeah.
Like high boots. He looks corny, but that's his style.
That's his style.
Versus the guy that got on some Jordans that he paid $2,000 for.
Yeah.
Just to show off his shoes in front of everybody.
Don't tell me you was in there wearing like Prada.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying both of these people, quote unquote, are corny, but one is true to themselves.
Okay.
The one that spent $2,000 to wear Jordans to show off to his friends, he's also corny. But it's like nobody really knows if he's corny or not. Like if you know him and you know he don't really know Jordans, he's not really, then you know he's corny.
Yeah.
But if you don't really know him, you're like, oh, he's just a rich guy. Blah blah blah. And I think that's who I was portraying myself at the party, like the guy that was wearing Jordans, or the guy I had the fresh cut, the braids, all that. My clothes were nice fit. I was the best looking guy there. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was only like 10 of us.
But whole time. But I think what makes it corny is what your intent was.
My intent,
and your intent was to impress. Is that bad?
It depends. Why are you doing it?
Because my thing is,
am I impressing my friends, people that I love? Am I impressing my mother?
Different. So these are.
Am I impressing a job where I could get a better opportunity?
Yeah.
Who am I impressing?
Because my thing is, I guess that goes to your point. What's the payoff? You come home and you're like, ooh.
I was so cool. I was so cool tonight. I showed them. Like why?
And the funny thing about it, you texted me, you was like, I said, how many people you know in there? You said about 2 people from college. And yo, I was like, yo. But I wonder, like, if you would have felt that way, if it was everybody, if you would have got what you wanted, dude, you get what I'm saying? Because I think because it was so extreme the other way, it made it like plain in your face, like look at me, I'm drunk. I'm just
sound like a movie.
Yeah. Like, look at me, man. I'm still in bed. It's Saturday. It's 3:00. You know what I mean? But I wonder if you would have been still off the high of that night, and then eventually come down and be like,
probably not. But probably if it led to what I expected, but It would have showed up somehow, some way.
But it probably would have showed us to your point, to something different.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think, because I don't think you going up there, and maybe I'm viewing it from a surface level, a superficial point. Like, you get your dreads done, you get your shape up, like, it's always going to look presentable.
Yeah.
But I think it's the intent behind it.
Like, it's one thing to hold yourself to a high esteem and be like,
but
because I'm who I am,
yeah,
I need to look this way. Versus like, oh, I'm looking this way to impress you guys.
Yeah.
It's the nuance between it. Yeah, it's the same outcome.
Yeah,
but it all goes back to intent. And that's one thing I had to realize yesterday. It's like, you need to be more intentional, not with just who you are.
That makes sense.
But even with your time. Why are you doing this? Why are you watching these videos? Videos, not like pornos. I'm talking about like self-help.
Okay.
I don't want nobody to get this misconstrued. But why are you watching these self-help videos? Why are you spending time on Twitter? Why are you...
Twitter is lit.
Twitter is lit. It's funny.
Yeah.
But why? Why am I on it? And so it's like, it was just yesterday. I just had to really like take a step back and be like, one, are you really where you want to be in life?
Okay.
Are you where you going to be? And cause I'm about to turn 30. Like, what are your steps for the next couple of months before you turn 30? What's your steps after you turn 30? Like, you gotta be a little bit more intentional. Like, even with my love life, as some of you guys know, I'm single. All right, maybe you need to start focusing on that. Maybe you need to start focusing on, okay, even if you don't have a wife.
You had a day yesterday.
Yeah, I felt like I went to the Mount Sinai. I saw the burning bush. Like.
I'm about to say, you had a meeting with God. I'm about to say, my love life. Maybe I need to focus on that. I'm going to have kids. Like, I feel you, though.
But even financially, like, am I ready for a family if I were to find somebody in the next...
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with myself. I'm not. So what have I been doing these last couple of months?
But that's not drastic, though. That's mostly everybody. And I think it's good you have this introspective.
Yeah.
I guess welcome to my side. I guess I'm too extreme on the other side. I don't care what nobody thinks. Yeah. And that's very... It have its pros, it have its cons. Because there are people that know more than you, that also... care about you. Yeah. So you got to know how to play that line of like, I don't really care what you think. I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah. So, no, I feel you. And I think what I hear is that you was not in your environment. Even though you was in your part of your school, part of your class and things like that. You was not part of your environment and you felt out of place, like completely out of place. Because to me, I felt like if you would have been around because the people who are your friends, I call you like, you're like a little weird, but you're not corny. Because like, I can show you somebody corny, in my opinion. But if you was around, in my opinion, I could be wrong. If you was around the people that really cared about you, that's the thing about it. You went to a universal class reunion to where no one really cared about who was there, really. You get what I'm saying? Well, it's kind of hard to care when there's only 25, 20 people. You get what I'm saying?
Everybody didn't care. Most of my class.
I'm about to say, like, it should. So it's like...
But the thing is, it shouldn't have mattered. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was there. Make the best of it and on your terms. Don't make the best of it because you want to get drunk. Who does that? Yeah. I mean, there's people that love to get drunk. Shout out to y'all. I don't know if it's healthy or not.
But basically, you use...
But I should dance my life away. I should have been the only one on the dance floor. If you're going to be corny, go out being corny on your terms.
Basically, okay.
So why am I...
You basically was moping in the corner just drinking.
Moping and drinking. like if you're going to be corny, wear the clothes that you want to wear. Don't wear the Jordans. Don't be the cool guy just taking shots. For what?
Because it's not you.
Now I'm over here. I can't turn my neck around. For what? And I had a bad night. And I can't turn my neck around. Like, this is crazy. Versus if I went there, it was like, you know what? This is not the best situation. But you know what? I'm here now. I'm going to have fun. not get drunk. I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Come back. I would have had a great day yesterday. And so that really put a lot of things in perspective. Like,
no, I hear you. I feel you now.
This goes back to what you were saying. Like, don't care what other people are thinking.
No, I don't.
Don't. You should. And you know, to a certain degree, I don't. You know, some people know that. Like, I don't care for the most part.
That's why this is surprising, because I'm like, whoa, like this, like
but
this. But
there's parts of me where it's like sometimes, like, even like, for example, this is a quick example, and you probably could attest to this. Like, if I go to a party, could we say names? Yeah,
depending which name.
It's not nobody crazy.
Okay.
I remember seeing Brandon Schultz.
Shout out to Schultz, man.
And shout out to you, man. I heard you getting married. I remember seeing him at a party.
Yeah.
And because I thought he didn't remember me, I was like, I'm not going to say hi to him. Because I was just like, I don't want to be that guy like, hey, what's up, man? He was like, who you?
Yeah.
Like, I just like.
Even though we grew up with him.
Yeah. It was like, yo, but why? Why do you have to act cool?
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't remember you, cool. It is what it is. You just keep moving. But it's small things like that I'm like, I was just replaying, like, where is this showing up where I'm just so worried about how people see me? And
I'm about to make it hella dramatic for no reason.
Oh, buddy.
I feel like I'm proud of you.
This guy.
What? I'm proud of you. Because you tricked me. You were a tricky guy, right? Because you came up with a turtleneck. I was like, oh, you look nice. You know what I mean? But I didn't know your neck was hurting. But I'm proud of you because, to me, now granted, my mother died of cancer, so I'm going to use a cancer example. Okay. You caught the cancer early, bro.
This guy.
You caught the cancer early. You removed the tumor. Because guess what? It could have grew into something that's
we could have got popping. Now look at me wearing fedora hats. Wear fedora hats with P. Diddy jet.
But I don't want you to get caught up, or our listeners to get caught up, in the sense of you have the right to change your opinion. You may not like fedora. You may not like fedora hats now. You get what I'm saying?
But then I get into it.
But you may be like, yo, I like how that look.
That's fair.
And you. As long as it's you, you have the right to change your opinion.
That's a fact.
So that's why I'm like, I don't want you to feel like, I wouldn't have done this 5 years ago. Why am I doing it now?
Yeah,
that's 5 years ago.
Yeah. Things people grow.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. No, so I'm like, me, I hated school. So I went to 3 different high schools in my whole high school career. I'm not going to any high school reunion. You get what I'm saying? I feel no connection to my high school.
Yeah.
So, if I would have went, that would have been me being out of pocket. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But you have the right to feel like, okay, I go. Even if you went on a whim, like, I go. Yeah. I don't think that should define your whole character as a whole. But it's what you did as a reaction to, oh, this is not what I intended, or even your intent of going like, oh, I want to impress some people, I want to do things like that. Like, wear the suit, wear the clothes, wear whatever you want to wear if you like it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you doing it and you're like, I'm doing this to make people think I'm more than what I am, like who am I? I'm Chinadum. I work. You know,
I walk my dog.
Yeah, you know,
I cook breakfast every morning.
You over here saying things that like we haven't complete. Like, I create apps, and I'm just like, yo, like, dude, we finished that? You're like, yeah, I started it. Like, so
Netflix movies.
So, but a lot of people do that. That's what social media is made of. It's made of people highlight reels. Yeah. But it's to your point. I don't like pictures. That doesn't mean I won't post on Instagram. I like Instagram too. I like looking at pictures of people pictures. It's funny. On my Explore page, only thing that's on my Explore page is houses.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to say houses, drums, and the rock videos. That's on my Explore page. But I like it, and everything doesn't have to be for me that deep to where it's like, is this really me? It's like, yo, for this minute, I got a high of looking at this house. I like the house, and I just leave it there. I'm not dissecting Like, is this really me?
Yeah.
Do I like houses or do I like apartments? I'm phony. I'm corny. It's like, nah, be you.
Yeah.
And in that one moment, you recognize you wasn't being
Me.
authentically, fully you.
Yeah.
And you just called it early. So I was texting you all day yesterday, and I was like, this guy is done. I was like, this guy is done.
It was bad.
But who to say? You may go to a college reunion. You may go to a college homecoming, whatever.
Yeah.
Because we've been to homecoming and things like that. And be you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean. Guess what? The old Chin, when we went to Miami years ago, it's been proven. You are not lying. You will dance in the middle of the floor by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, how old were we? 25, 24, 20, maybe like.
I did like 3 weekends ago.
Okay, so this is something that you do.
Yeah, I do this.
Yeah, but you have the right to be like, I'm 33.
Right.
I don't want to dance if they no more. But you, like you said, you did it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look, it's up to. I think it goes back to who you are, and you know, we always talking about. We never talk about this, but we're gonna start talking about this. Giving your flowers while you're alive. I respect that about you. Like you don't. One, you simplify things, and then two, you know yourself very well.
Yeah.
You know yourself very, very well. I don't think a lot of people know themselves as well. And if you don't know yourself to a point, and then you say, but I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know this much. But after this much, maybe you're right. Maybe I am, you know, what we was talking about during game night, you know. And I admire that. I do admire you not knowing, like, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. This is what I really like. Yeah. This is what I really want. And then questioning yourself is like, maybe I like that. I don't know. Whereas for me, it's like, well, do I like that?
Okay.
How would that affect my mental health?
You have to know yourself, but it's not as simple as I'm gonna learn myself today, and then you just sit in a room by yourself. Sometimes you learn yourself the hard way. Yeah. You know what I mean? And this is one way that you could be like, I know myself now. There's people that project things for me. Yeah. That are good things. Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah, I done that before.
And I'm like, but that's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's not me.
I don't know if you remember, we was at Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, why don't you go play the drums? And he's like, he did what he did the takeoff joint. It's like, I was like, okay. This man don't like performing on cue. But like, you knew, like, that's not what I like to do. I don't like just to perform on drums, just to perform on drums.
Like, but I'm happy you had the weekend you had. That's very entertaining. So I guess the last word to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Or else you gonna be labeled corny.
Yeah, I mean, you could be corny, man.
No, there's nothing wrong with being corny. I guess what happened,
you're gonna be corny to somebody.
Because what happened was you are quote unquote the corny guy, and you went there trying to be the cool guy, and you end up coming home with pain.
Just be true to yourself.
Yeah,
because you're going to be corny to somebody. It doesn't matter how cool you are. There's going to be somebody that thinks you're corny. People think Beyonce is corny. People think Jay-Z is corny.
That's crazy.
People think, to me, so it's like, no matter how cool you think you are, somebody's going to think you're corny. So you might as well do things that you like to do. Yeah. Enjoy your life.
I'm so happy you had this weekend. I'm asking you so many more questions.
Hey, I answered them.
But y'all have a good week, man. Blessings.